Hello.
Hello.
It is Saturday.
Totally Saturday.
It's Saturday.
So we're here to talk about what we did Friday.
We're on our way to where did we do on Sunday?
Don't ask me.
We're on our way to Canyonlands right now.
Right. So let's talk about Friday.
Friday. We woke up earlier than we've ever woken up in the history of... I mean, that's probably not true. I think we woke up at like 4:20.
I think it's the earliest we've woken up to do something other than catch a flight.
Yeah. I feel like we got up real early, like at 4:20 in the morning, and we were in Jamaica that one time. But largely, we are not people of waking up before the sun.
But we woke up at 5:30 so that we could get prepped and out the door ASAP to beat the sunlight, so that our primitive trail experience would be optimal. Because we don't want to be those people who get caught outside and faint and shit. So, we don't want to be miserable. We just want to have fun. So, getting up early is somewhat miserable, but it's in the service of fun.
Yeah. And our getting up early was fairly effective. We got up and we ate the breakfast that we had sort of built for ourselves, and we got to our car while it was still dark.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice that we didn't have to find a place to park not in the sun, so the car wouldn't be 1,000 degrees. Car wasn't 1,000 degrees because it was still in the dark.
Yep.
We drove over to the visitor center, which was still closed because it was not yet 7 o'clock, which is when the visitor center opens. Fortunately, the water refilling stations are outside, so we were able to refill we both have the water backpacks, so we had 2 water backpacks full. We had filled them up with ice at the hotel,
yeah.
And then we filled them with water at Arches, so we would have.
And then we had like 3 extra just bottled waters hanging around.
We were definitely over prepared.
Yeah, we brought too many
food-wise.
snacks. But I do think that the water preparation was just about right, especially because having a water bottle each meant that we could mix up like anti-dehydration powder into it, which we wouldn't be able to do in the... Is that car burning?
It looks a little smoky.
I'm not really a fan of that.
It's getting smokier.
Oh, truck. Please don't die. The other truck is trying to pass it.
Oh, it's losing its smokiness. Oh,
No.
It's smoking again.
Yeah, this other truck doesn't even seem to like it, so... Oh. Less smoky.
This is our second bit of truck-based excitement.
Oh. This just really doesn't seem good. What the fuck is going on?
We're just gonna go around, go around, go around.
Please don't explode in flames. Are there tires burning or something? It's not making a good sound.
Not making a good sound. We're just truck problem all the time. Does the guy not realize that he's like
I don't know.
on fire?
He should see the smoke that he's kicking up, right? Theoretically?
Yeah.
I guess there's not really a good place to stop so much. What were we talking about? Oh shit. Oh, that was exciting. I'm glad we're not stuck behind the smoking truck, though.
Who knew the road to Canyonlands would be so exciting this morning? Where were we? We had arrived at Arches. Got water.
We'd arrived at Arches. We got water. It takes about 40 minutes from the visitor center to get to the Devil's Garden parking, which is where the hike starts. By then there was some light, but you know, it was still, it wasn't even that cool. Like, I think that when we went last year, the colds were colder because it was so windy, like super, super windy, but it was just nice and temperate.
Yeah.
Like, I had on a bunch of layers and I didn't need the...
I think you abandoned your outer layer within 15 minutes, probably.
Yeah. But then, you know, it just worked out. It was beautiful. We got to see everything with such nice contrast. We got to enjoy... Well, we're in a bit better shape than we were last year, so I think we got to enjoy the hike a bit more that way. But we also just got to, you know, do more of it while it was cooler so that it was less difficult to keep going. And actually ended up doing one of the parts that we've never done before.
We did. We went to Dark Angel.
Yeah.
Which I had walked maybe half the path of when I was 15 when we went out because some tourist pointed us in the wrong direction, said that was the way back, and we didn't know any better, but we somewhat quickly figured out that we were going the wrong way. But this time it was intentional, and the path is just not good. It's hard to follow the path.
Yeah, we ended up looking into finding a ranger who was able to guide us the part of the path that was completely unclear. I think just so many people have gotten lost on the way that all the wrong paths look as traveled as the right path.
Yeah.
Which is not great. Once he joined us, of course, though, the path became obvious.
Yeah, at one point he said, "Oh, do you want me to lead for you?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure," because we're not intentionally going off the path. It's just not very clear. And then, like 3 steps after he takes the lead, it becomes a very clear path the entire rest of the way. It's like, that's a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Park ranger magic.
Yeah. He was very nice about it, though.
And we got to see one cool view off to the left side that you don't usually get to see because it's behind stuff.
I think that view was maybe the best part of it. Like, the Dark Angel is cool, but that view, I think, was what really made it. Which kind of makes sense, because the Primitive Trail, we don't go on it to see, like, the Double O Arch. Like, that's just a landmark on the way. So, yeah, just being able to see that view of arches that we hadn't seen before was great.
So other than Dark Angel, not a whole lot of
frogs.
There was a lot of frogs, little baby frogs.
Very cute little frogs that were a little bit spotty and had orange cheeks.
It was definitely wetter than it has been in previous years.
Yep.
The main scramble point wasn't that eventful. We both made it without much difficulty. The true problem was there's one point where if there's too much water, you have to do this scrambling up the side thing, and my shoes weren't very grippy, so the main path was not gonna work for me.
I mean, yeah, that was not great.
Sarah made it 97% of the way.
I mean, I still don't think I was on the main path. I think I would have been better off, like, trying to go up higher, but I was sort of proud that I got that far on the dumb way. And I only got a little bit wet, you know. Maybe that contributed to the Band-Aid melting into my foot. Who knows? Oh, I love my new hiking shoes. They're excellent. They make me very happy. OBOZ is the brand. I will now shill for them.
And other than that, it was a fairly uneventful primitive trail. We got to the start of the primitive section at 8 o'clock, I want to say, and we were done by 11:30. So it was 3.5 hours, which is, you know, I feel like we've seen less Trump stuff this year than in previous years that we've been out here. But I guess it's an election year now. The years haven't been election years. But that's
Neither here nor there.
yeah. After we got back from the primitive trail, it was time to sleep because we had gotten up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, we rinsed off the dust of the trail and just slept as much as possible. And went and got Indian food. And it was delicious. It was the best Indian food we've ever had.
Literally the best, yeah, which is kind of weird for Moab, Utah. You wouldn't think of that as a Indian Mecca, but as people who have eaten a lot of Indian food, it was literally the best Indian food that I've ever had. And I asked the waiter, because they had mild, medium, spicy, and Indian spicy, and the only time that I've ever ordered a spicy thing in a restaurant that was literally too hot for me to eat was at the Indian place next to Wagamama in Cambridge or Somerville or wherever, and I said, give me the hottest you got, and it was literally too hot for me to eat. So I asked the waiter, hey, Indian spicy, how hot is it? Like, am I going to regret this if I got it? And the answer he gave me, like, it wasn't really a challenge, but I took it as a challenge. And I'm like, fine, I'm going to eat it and I'm going to enjoy it. And thankfully, it was actually it was really hot, but it was not inedible hot. Like, it was sort of amazing how it was very, very hot, but it was also very tasty, because typically once you get to the point where I find something very hot, it's very hard for that to there also be
just
flavor.
Like obliterates the flavor.
It's normally just like, okay, my mouth is on fire, sorry.
Mile Canyon, I feel like that was one of the things I looked at, but I'll need to bookmark that in my brain for the future.
Yeah, you can't stop now. I know. We've got Canyonlands to get to.
Of course.
So I ordered the Indian spicy chicken vindaloo, and we shared a paneer makhani, and what did you get?
I got the chana masala, which was so good.
Yeah, it was all perfect, basically. And they had a strawberry lassi, which was so good. And
they had an ice masala chai, which yum. I wish more places offered that.
Yeah, literally everything they had was the best, and we're sad that it's so far away, but we'll definitely be returning the next time that we were in the area.
Ooh, 9 Mile Canyon in Utah is known as the world's longest art gallery, 46 miles long, but I guess it has lots of petroglyphs. Okay.
Did we also go to the food trucks? Did we go?
I don't think we did food trucks and Indian food. I think we did food trucks the previous day and the day before that.
Okay. Yeah, so we ate Indian food and then we went to sleep again because
Primitive Trail's a lot. Exhausting.
Yeah. So that was Friday. Yesterday.
Yep.
And now we're off to Canyonlands.
Hope it's good.
Yeah, me too. Bye.